Joining us now, Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin, who's been sounding the alarm on the Democrats' socialist dreams for years. Senator, great to have you here. Elect a socialist, get a communist. Are the Democrats going to go all the way on this one? And what about the House? What do you think?
David, they have to go all the way because this is the new Democrat Party. Think about who's leading the Democrat Party nationally. You have Jay Paul, you have AOC, and you have Bernie Sanders. All have claimed to be socialist. Why wouldn't they get around the New York City, possibly mayor, that is a socialist slash communist, and he doesn't even hide from it. And this is what I've said multiple times, David. There's three things that a socialist government has to control. They have to control health care, they got to control education, and they got to control your groceries. He is putting the stamp on finishing the socialist program to socialize New York and New York City by saying we're going to take over the grocery stores. They already had the education. They already take over the health care. By the way, they already have housing because when you have rent control and you freezing rent, you control housing too. That is a socialist country that New York City is becoming, and it's where the Democrat Party is today.
Senator, but it is a good sign that these Democrats have to focus on a city mayor because the Republicans, you said healthcare, and let's start with healthcare. The Republicans just downsized at least slowed the growth of Medicaid, which was designed to be socialized health insurance. It was designed to take over health care in this country. And you just threw up a giant roadblock in front of it with the big, beautiful law that was just passed. Secondly, education. Well, guess what? The Department of Education also is being downsized because of President Trump and all the Republicans on the same page. So all of these Democrats have to take their football and basically rally around some mayor with a social media filter over his face and a mama who's a film director to make him look palatable.
You know, again, you're absolutely correct. And this is what's good about President Trump and his policies. Remember the last president that fought against communism slash socialism was who? Ronald Reagan. He was the one that identified that the country is becoming taken over because of Hollywood and their production by communists, by socialists. Now you have President Trump who's up there and he's dismantling what the socialist agenda that's literally unclothed themselves during the Biden administration. He's able to dismantle what they were trying to build. You know, when you start talking about, let's just talk about Medicaid for a second. What we're preserving for those that actually need it, not just giving it to free health care to everybody. There's 35 million individuals in the United States that live, quote, underneath the poverty line. There's over 90 million that are signed up for Medicaid. Well, and that's because of the Democrat control that they were putting everybody there. What we are trying to do, and with the one big beautiful bill, is actually preserve it for people that actually need a helping hand at the same time, saying, hey, by the way, we're not going to pay to be lazy. If you don't have a health issue and you don't have any dependents, there's no reason why you don't work. You're going to be required to work. Hey, that is a good thing. That's called America, right? You can achieve if you want to achieve, but we're not going to pay you to be lazy.
Well, Senator, let's go to 2 rounds last night. 3 rhinos, Murkowski, Collins, and McConnell, and it took the president of the Senate, J.D. Vance, to get it through. But we're on to the next step, those Doge cuts. Where are you today in this process? Because this has got to get to the House tomorrow.
You're right. Well, David, we're in the middle of the vote-a-rama, which is a horribly painful situation we got to go through because we got to listen to the Democrats try to throw out all these ridiculous lies and excuses. We're going to pass this tonight, and we're going to be able to get it to the House at some point tomorrow. They've got to vote on it by Friday because this has a ticking time clock of 45 days, which ends on Friday. Now, what is different between rescission and reconciliation? Reconciliation, you couldn't really do Doge cuts because it's mandatory spending and taxes. And so everybody was like, why aren't you doing more Doge Cuts and reconciliation, because it's the way the stupid rules work in the Senate and the appropriation process. But rescission is our first step that we can actually start affecting Doge Cuts. And this is a small one, man. This is 0.00.1% of our overall budget of $9 billion. But every penny counts when you're trying to get your fiscal house in order.
Yep, nothing's too small, and it's a B.
Yeah.
A billion.
And then do more.
$9 billion.
Senator Mark Wayne Mullin, terrific to see you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you, guys.
And